Hello, hello, family. Hello, ladies and gents, brothers and sisters. Lakeisha McKnight is here. Welcome to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show, audio style only. It is Friday, April the 10th of 2020. Welcome aboard to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show, audio style only. And I'm just glad to be here on this evening with this particular show. And remember the show's goal, the whole purpose of the show. And I'm going to share with you what the purpose of the show is, but I'm just giving it time as well. I know Facebook is going to gradually let you all know that we're live on this evening. And so for those who are live listening in or those who may catch the replay, welcome aboard. Glad to be able to sow content, nuggets of value into each and every one of your lives. All right, so what I'm going to do, and I am going to actually share this out. I'm going to share this to two places. The first place, of course, is I'm going to share it onto my fan page. For those that don't know, I do have a fan page. I'm actively more so on my profile than on my fan page on Facebook. But I do have a fan page on Facebook. It's Lakeisha McKnight - Think, Speak, Live Leadership. That is the name of the fan page, just in case you all want to find that if you're listening in by way of audio. So I'm going to share this stream, this audio stream, onto my fan page really quick. And then I'm also going to, more than likely, I'm going to try to also conduct a watch party. I'm going to try to do a watch party as well. So let's go ahead and try to get that done. Let's see here. Group. I'm going to find the group that I want to do it in. Again, not sure how active they may be on this Friday. I know most people are inside due to the social restrictions. Okay, due to the social restrictions, I know that there are some people who are indeed live. Get that done. Let's see here. All right. So welcome aboard once again. Glad to be here before you guys. Now, it looks like we are live inside of a special group on Facebook comprised of women. There's the Black Business Women's Network group. And for those of you ladies that are going to be joining in, good evening to you. Again, it's about 8:32 now, 8:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so the whole purpose of this show really is to empower women like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. So again, welcome aboard to everybody that's going to be tuning into the show tonight, audio style only. Many of you probably see me do the video during the week, and that's what we do. Video from Monday through Thursdays, and then on Fridays and Saturdays, we focus specifically on audio only. But nonetheless, we're here. We're going to give you some great content tonight. So I'm going to educate you quite a bit, okay? And then I'm going to summarize it just so that, you'll get the nuts and bolts of all that I'm going to share tonight. So do me a quick favor. For those of you who love to find out ways to earn money and like to learn about money, go ahead and love the stream. Now, I'm not saying that you love money, but what I'm saying is if you like to be educated about money, go ahead and love the stream, right? And feel free to comment below, ask questions as we move along. And then feel free also to share this out onto your timelines or fan pages or even a direct message. So if there's a group that this can be shared to educate the people, go ahead and do that, all right? It's time to get educated about money. Right? About money. And there is a huge expert out there by the name of Mike Maloney. If you don't know who he is, you really should check out goldsilver.com, okay? Goldsilver.com is a website that I encourage you to check out because he is a former Rich Dad, Poor Dad advisor. Those of you that don't know who Rich Dad, Poor Dad is, or at least the title of that, is actually the book title for a book written by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki. But Mike Maloney, he's the founder of that website, goldsilver.com. And he also wrote a book called The Guide to Investing in Gold and Silver. All right. And so he is huge. He is a huge investor and a serial entrepreneur and knows a lot about commodity money as well as fiat currency. And so I'm going to share with you some great information tonight, a little bit about what Mike Maloney has to say, right? And many experts really concur with him about fiat currency, commodity money, and then, of course, my question to all of you is, would you rather have fiat? Would you rather have commodity money, or would you like to have both? Okay, fiat paper money, better known as cash, right? Commodity money, or both. So let's just hear a little bit about what Mike Maloney has to say, even about, the differences between currency and money. So understand something. He says money must be a store of value and maintain its purchasing power over long periods of time. You see, as we, the one thing that he does mention in this particular article that I'm reading is that he talks about, gold, he talks about silver. He says gold is only formed when a star explodes, right? A supernova, and it stays around forever. He says this is one of the properties that make it the ultimate money. The ultimate money. People are amazed that after 5,000 years, the pyramids are still here. He says, what I'm more amazed at is that the currency that the people that built this were using, that currency, that gold and that silver. They were using it in trade on a daily basis. And that particular money is still around today. Now, it may have been melted down or refined, and it's in a coin or a bar, and in some cases, pieces of jewelry. But it's still with us today, and it still purchases something. And yes, it is the ultimate money because there is nothing else even in the same league. It's divisible, it's permanent, it's a store of value. We're talking about gold here. It's a unit of account. Gold is a unit of account. It's got everything you want out of money, but it doesn't go away and it can't be increased. That is what makes gold the most beautiful money of all. Now, what more can you ask out of money? You see, it keeps governments under control. Okay, it can maintain a solvent system. Governments don't like gold at present because they're getting away with the fiat currency, that cash. And they'll do everything they can to discredit it as an asset class. All right? And so understand something. It's the fear that makes gold, right, that maybe gold will be imposed upon the system. They fear it. They fear it, the government specifically. That it will constrain government ability to spend beyond its means. You see, the government, no one really can print it, right? Gold can't be printed, and the government cannot print it either. And so in thinking about the fact that gold is so rare, it's so precious, and that the government really doesn't want people to have their hands on it, they keep distributing and, of course, connecting with the feds, the Federal Reserve System, who actually prints the fiat currency. And as they continue to print fiat currency, paper dollars, the euro, the yen, the dollar, the peso, right? As they continue to print these things, guess what happens? Its value continues to decrease. And that's why, as of today, the dollar has lost about 98% of its value. Its purchasing power is diminishing. And so as this happens, right, as the purchasing power diminishes and as it continues to be printed more and more and more of it, we're also impacted by the big I word, which is inflation. Inflation. Now let's understand something about that though, because inflation is an expansion of the currency supply. Okay? Inflation is an expansion, a growth, an expansion of the currency supply. But deflation, let's talk about the opposite. Deflation is a contraction of the currency supply. Contraction, making smaller, right, of the currency supply. If you expand the currency supply, eventually, guess what happens? The prices will rise, right? For goods and services, the prices would rise. And if you contract the currency supply, eventually prices will fall. And see, this is a pool, but it's not a pool of water, okay? It's the currency pool. And these are prices. And if you expand the currency supply, prices like a sponge in water, have to rise to suck up the excess currency. So understand something. Governments never stop printing more currency. They never stop printing more currency and adding currency to the circulation. They're adding money to the circulation. And so what happens is prices keep on going up as a result. Not because the stuff that you're trying to buy is changing. Nothing is changing about the products itself. Okay, well, let me take that back. The boxes of cereal is becoming a bit more thinner, and there's a whole lot of air in the bags of snacks and foods that you might buy. Have you realized that? A lot more air, less product, and the boxes are super thin when you go to the store. Okay? So what has changed really is the currency purchases less and less. All right? The currency purchases less and less because its value has been diminished, right? It has very little value. And it's the currency that's going down. The prices, on the other hand, for products and services are going up. And so this is what we mean by inflation. So here's the truth. When it comes to fiat currency, when it comes to commodity money, here's the truth. The truth is what we have that makes our world work right now is a big old story. It's a big old story. None of it is real. It's all just promises. And if you think about it, that's how currency began to work in the beginning. Before we had currency, we had barter. Okay, we had barter, right? You see, Mike Maloney gives an example. He says, I'll give you 3 coconuts and you give me 4 fish. Because that's kind of a fair exchange on coconuts and fish. But that got complicated. So what happened was we had to invent this thing called money to be divisible, to be portable medium of exchange. All right. And the challenge is that we've lost that a long time ago. We lost having things of value to be our currency. And now we have this thing called numbers and accounts. But trust me, it's not real. It's a big made up story. And this is what Mike Maloney is saying. It's a big made up story. Okay. One of the biggest make-believe stories ever is called quantitative easing. Okay. It sounds complex. All right. Let me just pause and say this. It sounds real complex, but it's really just a smoke and mirrors term. Okay. For currency creation. That's all it's really saying. Currency creation. That's what quantitative easing is. Better known as QE. So I might say QE in short. So QE, quantitative easing, started with the banking bailouts back in 2009. This currency was created out of thin air and then given to banks who paid themselves record bonuses in reward for crashing the world economy. Now, this is a global phenomenon. But all you have to remember for right now is that whether it's QE bailouts or stimulus programs, doesn't that sound familiar? Stimulus programs, these are all just voodoo, hocus pocus terms for just talking about currency creation. Think about it. With all these stimulus that's being sent out in the mail and deposited in accounts, right? With where we are right now, where are they getting the money from? Where are those dollars coming from, right? Where are they coming from? It has to be printed somewhere. Somebody has to print it, and it is the Federal Reserve System that is printing it. And as they continue to print more and more of this, guess what's happening also? Countries around the world are sending the fiat back here. And what's going to actually happen sooner or later is that the prices of goods and services are going to rise. They're going to continue to rise. And so we're going to potentially experience hyperinflation like some of these other countries have. All right. They've experienced hyperinflation where the prices of their goods and services just went through the roof, like paying almost $30 just for a gallon of milk. Right. So this is the direction that we're heading in right now because of where we are, because of the habits, the poor habits and the scheme created between the Federal Reserve System, right? And of course, the government and the games that are being played there. So you have all of these things going on. You got the games played by the government. You got the Federal Reserve System doing things, creating a system that only truly benefits them, the wealthy, the rich. It benefits them. But here is a great end to the story, and not even an end. I consider it really the beginning of something fresh, right? Something on the cutting edge. You can actually put yourself and your family in position where you not only leverage and take advantage of and get access to fiat currency, but you also get access to commodity money. So I really want to do a good job in summarizing the differences between fiat currency and commodity money. Let me do that really quick, and then you can think about it for yourself. Would you rather have fiat cash? Would you rather have commodity money, or would you like to have both? Would you like to have both? So let's summarize it really, really quick. And I thank you so much for your attention tonight. See, currency, let's talk about this fiat currency, this paper, right? This cash that some people just do some extreme things for, okay? It is a medium of exchange, right? Currency is a medium of exchange. Currency is a unit of account. It's portable. It's durable. It's divisible. It can be divided, right? It's fungible, meaning interchangeable, okay? You see, our fiat, our current paper and coin currencies, they lose spending power fast because the supply is constantly being expanded, quantitative easing, by the banks, devaluing the entire supply. So they keep printing it. They keep this currency is minted, meaning that people can earn it. It is easily able to be earned, okay? But it does not have it's not a good store of value. See, cash is good for spending because of all these concerns that I just shared with you. Currency, fiat, cash, the dollar is only good for spending, but do not save in it because it's losing value. Let's talk about commodity money really quick. Let me summarize that really quick. Commodity money is, right, when we're talking about gold, we're talking about silver. It is a medium of exchange. A medium of exchange. It's a unit of account. It is also portable. It's also durable. It's divisible, okay? And it's fungible. It's interchangeable. Understand something about precious metals. Commodity money, right? Precious metals maintain their spending power over longer periods of time. And so why does this happen? Because the supply cannot be reproduced or expanded by the banks. Let me repeat that one more time. And this is what the government doesn't like. The supply of commodity money like gold and silver, right, cannot be reproduced or expanded by the banks. So it cannot be printed or easily manipulated. It cannot be minted, easily earned, but it is yet a great store of value. A great store of value. Okay? And so this is why the big question I have for you tonight is, would you rather have currency, paper cash, money, like gold or silver, or would you like to have both? And here is what my answer would be. Here in the McKnight household, we choose to have both. Because yes, you do need to spend and take care of your responsibilities. You do need the cash, right? But I also want real money because real money will store value over long periods of time. And I know one huge habit of millionaires is being able to save. If you don't create this habit in your life, ladies and gentlemen, then wealth cannot be attracted to you. You cannot attract wealth if you don't engage in this habit of saving, and not just saving anything. You need to be able to save commodity money, real money, gold, and if you can, silver as well. So let me share with you something, because a little over 3 years ago, my husband and I was introduced to a money system separate from the traditional banking system, because the traditional banking system is based on debt, right? Debt. But this ecosystem, this money system I was introduced to, it helped to educate my husband and I about real money. And because we wanted to not only educate ourselves, but we wanted to share this with other people. We have a servant's heart. We want to be able to be a blessing to people who are willing to hear, who are willing to do what's best for themselves, their households, and be able to create a legacy. If you want cash flow, because of all that we have going on today, right? Many people losing their jobs all around the world, having hours cut because they have to work from home, right? And then some people who are essential workers having to go out because they don't have any choice. They're an essential worker. So they're putting their lives on the line. But there is a better way. There is a better way. The money system, right, enables you to be able to have cash flow come into your home 5 times a month, every week, and at the top of every month. So that's 5 times a month that you have the potential to generate cash flow as you share the money system and as people decide, for example, that they want access to real money. They want to get an education to understand about money and wealth building. And so you're able to plug into this money system for free. Whereas there are many opportunities out there where you have to pay a startup fee. And if you want to, for example, establish a huge franchise, right? Traditional franchises will cost you millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But being plugged into this money system, you can plug into it for free. For free. No startup, no required monthly fees. And so the whole goal of the money system is to bring money into your life, not to pull money out of your life. And that's what we love. My husband and I, we love that about this system. And so for those of you, listen, if you're trying to figure out a better way, right, you want to be able to tap into the B quadrant, being a big business owner from the comfort of your home or wherever your laptop or phone is. If you want to also become an investor where you can learn about cryptocurrency, because the money system also has its own cryptocurrency that's connected to gold. If you want to learn more, I encourage you to find out more. And here's how you can do that. The way that you can find out more about cryptocurrency, more about gold, which is commodity money, and also get paid 5 times a month. All you need to do is send me an inbox message, or if someone shared this with you, okay, if another one of my colleagues connected to the system, if they shared this with you, or if I shared it with you, get back with us. Let us know, because the only way you can connect with the system is by referral only. So you have to get someone's referral link and then be able to get plugged into this amazing system. So I want to encourage you tonight, okay? Get back with the person that shared this with you. And if you're the type of person that wants more information, you're like, well, Lakeisha, I hear you, but I also need more information. If you want more information, there is a wealth building presentation about this system, the entire system. It's going to be happening tonight at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be doing a watch party of that presentation right on my timeline, right on Facebook. But for those of you, if you're not on Facebook and you cannot plug in that way, you can download the Zoom app. Download that app. Okay, this is the Zoom Cloud Meetings app. And then you can go to this website, www.goldrocks.info. Goldrocks.info. Simply go to that particular link right there, and it'll take you directly to the presentation. You can get more information. And after watching that presentation, get back with the person that shared this stream with you or invited you onto that stream, onto that Gold Rocks platform. Let us know you want a link so you can get your free gold savings account and get yourself on the path to financial freedom and access to real money. So I want to thank each and every one of you tonight. I really do appreciate your time. We're going to be back here with the Leadership TKO Live Night Show on tomorrow night. Okay, tomorrow night around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so until the next time that you and I come together again, I do encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone. God bless, and I'll catch you on the wealth building presentation.